We are excited to have with us now AHSAA WOTM Game of the Week Moody High School football coach Jake Ganus and quarterback Charlie Johnston. Welcome, you guys.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for taking the time. Well, Coach, I want to talk about the start to your season. I understand that you opened your season with some pretty difficult opponents, the first being out of Gainesville, Georgia, national powerhouse. Coach, do you think this is the most difficult schedule in your school's history?
Yes, I do. I think it's probably the most difficult schedule potentially in a 5A history. I don't know how to fact check that or to even know if that's like a real thing. But I feel like, we went and scheduled the best we could. Like you said, a top 50 in the country team out of Gainesville who had been practicing in pads since June, played 2 games before us, and then on the road at number 3 Oxford in 6A, and on the road at a top 10 Helena, and then obviously hosting the number 2 team in 7A. I don't think we could have made it, much tougher. But yeah, it's huge for our kids. I met with my seniors, before we started making this schedule, and I didn't get to make the schedule the past 2 years. And I asked them, who do we want to play all that? And they all wanted to play the biggest and best we could because they know that's what it takes in November to win those big games. Like if you're not battle tested and you face that adversity, I've seen what happens the last 2 years. We were second round exit year 1, third round exit year 2, and I felt like our team was built to make those runs and go a little further. And I don't think we really prepare ourselves in the regular season. So, the goal is to get to November and to be the most battle tested team in 5A.
Well, Charlie, let me ask you. You are a 6'5" senior quarterback, obviously outstanding. But how do you feel about the coach's philosophy just about these difficult opponents that he likes to schedule and how the season has gone so far?
Yeah, like he was saying, I do think we need to be battle tested. And obviously, I think throughout the regular season, you need to see a lot of different defenses. And for the defense, seeing a lot of different offenses, I think it's something that's it helps the team overall, and it shows you how to handle adversity. And like he was saying, we need to be battle tested. And I think the last year, we could have gone into the playoffs being more prepared. And I think this year we will be going into the playoffs more prepared and ready for whatever comes at us.
Well, Coach, I like what you said earlier about that you actually asked your seniors how they felt about scheduling some of these difficult opponents. So tell me a little bit about Charlie's role on the team, not just maybe as the quarterback, but maybe as a leader off the field as well.
Yeah, Charlie is, one of our core leaders, definitely, obviously the leader of the offense, but it really spills over to the whole team. And, ever since, he got here, he's been that kid, and that's what, the easy selling point to him to colleges was the kid he was off the field, because every time it translates, and he's a great kid. He's selfless. He doesn't care about stats. All he cares about is Moody winning football games and doing whatever he has to do to make that happen. And, in games like last Friday where he throws for 350, but he would be just as happy if we ran for 350 and we only threw for 100 because we got the win. And that's what I love about him. And our kids love and respect him. And he has the respect of that entire locker room. And if he says something, they're going to listen. And, I'm really blessed with Charlie. And there's a lot of other guys like him that police my locker room, and that I have that core leadership that I've been really wanting. And I know that's what it takes, to make those runs when you face adversity and all those different things. And he's that guy for us.
Well, I'm going to pose this question to both of you, but Coach, if you want to answer first. Right now, you guys are 2-0 in Class 5A Region 6, but of course you still have some pretty big opponents ahead of you, including Auburn this week, which is the game of the week that we discussed. So, Coach, tell us what you think your team needs to do to continue to be successful this season.
For us, the biggest thing is just continue to focus on the process. We made this schedule. And I say this a lot, and I say we didn't make it to go 10-0. I think you would be not very smart to make this schedule if you were trying to go 10-0. The goal is go 1-0 every week, and that's all it is. And if we can do that, enough times to get us into November, go 1-0 in November every week, and then you're playing December 5th. And so for us, it's just not, it's taking a step back, get that aerial view every now and then and say like, hey, these are our goals. This is what we're trying to do. These are the teams we're scheduled to play, and just getting better every day and not worrying about the future, not worrying about things we can't control, just worrying about the little things. And if we can continue to do that, continue to get better, this team can be pretty dangerous come November. And then Charlie.
Well, Charlie, same question to you.
He hit on a lot of stuff that I would say. Going 1-0 every week is a big thing for us, and I think if we can just go throughout the season and learn from every game, that's the best thing we can do, and just take it one game at a time and not looking too much ahead. If we can just focus on our opponent week by week, I think this season will turn out great.
And Coach, specifically this week, you've got Auburn, who can never be underestimated. So anything specific that you're telling your guys this week as they face Auburn? They
are a really, really good football team. Coach Etheridge and his staff, I mean, they're phenomenal. You cut on the tape, and they're big and fast and all that, but they're just well coached. They get to the ball on defense. Offensively, they can score a lot of different ways. And, I like looking at this game because I know that when we get to the end of the regular season, I can look at my team and honestly say, hey, guys, you will not play a team as good as blank. And then Auburn is definitely one of those teams. For us to be successful, we're going to have to do a good job on offense of maintaining drives and keeping our defense as fresh as possible. Our defense is very good. Our offense is good too, but they are just as good on both sides of the ball, if not better. And so it's one of those games where field position, time of possession, those little things kind of come into play. And if you just let them, lean on you and weigh you down defensively and offensively, you're not able to have success and sustain drives, then, it can be a long night. They've handled just about everybody on their schedule, 40 points or more, except one game. And that one game, I thought that team ran the ball pretty well and did a good job defensively of limiting the explosive plays. So we'll have to try to do the same.
Well, Coach Jake Ganus and quarterback Charlie Johnston, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us today. And thank you for hosting the AHSAA TV Network WOTM Game of the Week. We will see you there, and good luck.
Thank you. Hey, you nailed all those letters. Good job.
Thanks so much.